Hello everyone, welcome to Edufy. Today we are going to start with a new series, that is the series on economy, wherein we will cover the MCQ that are very important for the upcoming examination. So let us come to the first question. With respect to disinvestment policy in India, consider the following statements. So here are multiple statements. See, I have tried to give you question in multiple statements so that more facts or more meanings are clear to you rather than just doing with the similar pattern of one statement. Okay, so don't be worried, the question may not be in this manner, but still we will do in much harder way. Okay, the strategic disinvestment involves transfer of management control. Yes, what is disinvestment? First is if government dilutes its share in its company, then that process is called disinvestment. Here strategic disinvestment means transfer of management control. Yes, that is true. Minority disinvestment does not transfer the ownership control. That is also true. Disinvestment receipts are treated as part of revenue receipt. So this is incorrect. Here disinvestment receipts are treated as part of capital receipt. Why capital receipt? Because there is change in the asset condition of the government and money is incoming towards the government, so we call it receipt. Right? So here answer will be 1 and 2. Next question. So you can see the answer. Next question, the term twin balance sheet problem in India refers to the stress in PSU and banks and NBFC, PSU and government finance, corporate and public sector banks, banks and household. Here the answer is C, corporates and PSU. The problem of twin balance sheet that Indian economy has seen, and it is because of the stress in the non-performing asset affecting the corporates and the public sector banks. So answer will be C. Next question. Consider the following statement regarding fiscal deficit. So the statement number 1, it represents the total borrowing requirement of the government. Yes, that is true. It includes the interest payment on the past loans. Yes, fiscal deficit include, but if we subtract the payment on the past loan, then it will become primary deficit. So here fiscal deficit include. The monetization of fiscal deficit is not allowed in India under FRBM Act. Yes, that is also true. The monetization of fiscal deficit is not allowed. So answer will be all the 3, 1, 2 and 3, that is D. With reference to inflation in India, consider the following statement. CPI, that is Consumer Price Index combined, is used as a nominal anchor for the monetary policy. Yes, RBI uses CPI combined, that is CPI of rural and urban areas, to calculate or to reflect or to decide on the parameters of the monetary policy. Next statement is wholesale price index includes services. No, wholesale price index does not include services. It is with respect to change in the prices of goods only at the, and that too at the producer level or wholesale level. Core inflation exclude the food and fuel prices. That is true. Headline inflation includes these prices. Core inflation exclude these prices. So answer will be, this is incorrect. Second is incorrect. First and 3. A will be the answer. 1 and 3. Next, which of the following are part of capital account in balance of payments? So balance of payment records the transaction of India with the world. Okay, that is maintained by RBI. It includes, in the capital account, it includes FDI. Yes. FPI, that is portfolio investment. Yes. External commercial borrowing, because it is affecting our liability. So yes. Remittance from Indians abroad. No, that is included as a part of current account in the BOP. So answer will be 1, 2 and 3. That is A. Next question. Which one of the following correctly explains stagflation? High growth with high inflation, low inflation with low growth, high inflation with stagnating growth, deflation with high unemployment. So here answer will be low growth, or you can say stagnating growth with high inflation. That is your stagflation. And there is another term that is called recession. There are 2 terms. Don't be confused between these 2 terms. Recession, we have high unemployment. In recession, we have low growth In recession, we have low inflation. Inflation is also very low. Okay, but in stagflation, high inflation and low growth and high unemployment. Okay, that is the difference between stagflation and recession. Fine. So answer here will be C. High inflation with stagnating growth. Next question. Consider the following pairs and the term and the meaning. See, there is a, I think there is some mistake with respect to. So here you will leave the space, and these are the match the following. Okay, so Grisham law means bad money drives out good money in the economy. Liquidity trap refers to a situation ineffectiveness of monetary policy. Lawrence curve represent income inequality. All the three statements are correct and correctly match with their meaning. So answer will be 1, 2 and 3. That is D. Okay. Next, with respect to the indicators used to measure income inequality, the answer is Gini coefficient. Gini coefficient tells about the distribution of income in the population. Right. Next question. Which of the following institutions were established in post-independence period? So here, the institutions and the important event in the economy in the post-independence period are mentioned. So you have to see which are part of post-independence. So 1949 RBI was nationalized. This is correct. NABARD established in 1982. That is also correct. LIC was nationalized in the 1956 and SEBI was nationalized or established in 1992. That is given a statutory status. So here answer is 1, 2 and 3 and 4. All 4 are correct. The time, year that you have to remember. Next question. With reference to poverty estimation in India, consider the following pairs. So committees and the formation year are given. Although there is separation between the years and the committee, so for your convenience, I'm telling you there is some continuity here by mistake. So first is Alag Committee. It was formed in 1979. It is also poverty committee. It is a committee to estimate the poverty line. Next, Tendulkar Committee, that is 2009. Rangarajan Committee, 2014. Today we follow or estimate the poverty line based on the recommendation of this Tendulkar Committee. So they can ask that also. So however, a question is which of the following pairs are correctly matched. So all the pairs are correctly matched and answer is D. 1, 2 and 3. Next question, Bhudan movement was launched. Bhudan movement was with respect to the land consolidation or redistribution of land from the people who are having higher land to the people who are having low quantity of land or to the landless people. So redistribution of after the independence or as a part of land reform movement in India. So it was initiative of Vinoba Bhave. That is answer is B. Bhudan movement. So why is MS Swaminathan famous for bringing? He is known as father of Green Revolution in India. He is famous for bringing Green Revolution in India. Jay Prakash Narayan is famous for the total revolution that occurred in 1975, after which emergency was applied by Indira Gandhi, the former Prime Minister of India. Fine. So which ministry implements mission Amrit Sarovar? So it is the mission of Ministry of Rural Development. That is answer is B. Next question. With reference to national education policy, Samagra Shiksha subsumes Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, RMSA. See, there were multiple schemes going on in education sector. One for primary, that is Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan was going on for the secondary education system and teacher education. So all these programs are now subsumed under one scheme, that is Samagra Shiksha. PM Shri school are funded entirely by the states? No. The higher education reforms are overseen by HECI, that is Higher Education Body of India. Fine. So answer here will be 1 and 3A, 1 and 3. This one PM Shri are not totally funded by the states. This is incorrect statement. Next question, which schemes aims at providing universal household functional tap water connections? So that is via Jal Jeevan Mission. So Jal Jeevan Mission aims at providing functional tap water connection to all the urban households by 2022. Next, which of the following scheme aims at providing formal credit access to street vendors? And the answer is Swanidhi scheme. It was launched during the COVID time, PM Swanidhi. Next question, consider the following statement regarding PM Kisan Samman Nidhi that is launched by the government of India. It is a direct income support scheme for the farmers basically, and which is entirely funded by union government, and land ownership is important to gain benefit in this scheme. So that is also a mandatory criteria. If you have ownership of land, then you will be receiving the funds under this scheme. So it is a direct support in the sense every year landed farmer will be given 6,000 rupees in 3 installment, 2,000, 2,000 and 2,000 each. Okay, so 3 installment. So answer here will be 1, 2 and 3. That is D. Next question. With reference to power and energy sector announcement done in the 2025 budget, which of the following is correct? The budget reduced allocation for renewable energy compared to the previous year? No. Budget announced a target of 100 gigawatt nuclear capacity to be there in India by 2047 under this nuclear energy mission. Yes, this is very important mission, and under this mission budget has announced that we will try to have 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy by 2047. This is also the year where government of India is trying to achieve, trying to become a developed, trying to make India a developed country, that is Viksit Bharat. Okay, B is the correct answer, all other are incorrect. Next, which scheme or initiative announced in the budget 25 aims to modernize the land record, urban planning and infrastructure design? So here the answer is C, National Geospatial Mission, that was also launched in budget 2025 to modernize the land records and better the urban planning infrastructure. So answer here is C. Next question, what is the theme of budget 2025? The theme is Sabka Vikas. Simple theme, Sabka Vikas. Sometimes they ask you basic questions. You should be aware of it. Next question, which of the following is not one of the 4 engines of development? The budget has highlighted there are 4 engines which will be focused upon by the budget this year, and those 4 engines are agriculture, MSME, investment, IT. So A, B, C are the part of those engines, but IT is not part of that engine of development. Here in place of it, the focus is the other export promotion. The focus is export promotion. This is the 4th engine of development. Okay, so this is not correct. So answer will be D. So that is your questions on in this slide. So you can see IT sector. So that was all in today's class. Thank you very much.